In 2015, when Billy was 9 years old, he and his conservative parents would go fishing at a mountain lake deep in rural Idaho. What he doesn't realize is that chemical companies have been dumping toxic waste in the same mountain lake for years, with no effort at all from the Republican mayor, Republican city council, or even the Republican congressional rep to stop any of it. Billy's parents told him he should always hate commies, Jews, all minorities, while enjoying their toxic fish dinners. Meanwhile, the rich bastards keep dumping more toxic waste into our rivers while feeding Billy and his parents America First nonsense. In 2025, Billy looks like this today thanks to eating toxic fish for 10 years. Yet he stupidly argues about threats from the inner cities or illegal aliens with small kids at the local park. When you tell him there are over 1,000 corporate lobbyists working and living in Washington, D.C., and they are happy he's a clueless fool as they steal his tax dollars year after year, he tells the two small boys they're wrong. The boys tell him, get a damn life, grow up and go visit a library instead of a Maga clown rally. Billy believes labor unions are all communist scum. He says America was a lot better off when there were no unions. When you tell him without labor unions he would have no employer health care, no workers' comp, no overtime pay, no vacation pay, no sick leave and no 401k, no maternity leave pay for his pregnant wife, and no employer benefits at all, the news doesn't penetrate his empty cranium. The rich bastards are glad he's a clueless clown, easy to fool. There are many just like Billy. They spend their days watching Fox nonsense news, too stupid to realize it's a corporate-owned media. The media's job in America is to make money, not factual news, and the quickest way to make it is to fire up stupid people into looking at nonsense issues like culture wars, immigrants, Muslims, gays and lesbians, all in an effort to keep dumb people from asking questions about why the rich keep getting richer while the working class has to get 2 more jobs to make ends meet. Billy likes to yell at any Muslims he sees on the street. He tells them to go the hell back to that Iranian shithole they came from. Billy hates Iran more than he hates taking a bath, which is in his case, happens only once a year when he's drunk. He says, Iran has been a threat to America for the last 500 years, which is odd. There was no America back then. Billy is too stupid to realize that Iran was once a major American ally in the Middle East. The CIA helped to install the Iranian Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a notorious fascist dictator who would go on to murder over 2 million of his own people for defying him. When you ask Billy if he understands why OPEC-led nations, led by Saudi Arabia, do not want Iranian oil fields to compete with them, and that having America attack Iran at every chance greatly benefits the Saudis, Billy stares at you, blindly. Billy likes to tell his friends he served in Vietnam despite being 20 years old today. He says he's a true patriot and he would die for this great country. However, he won't die for liberals. When you ask him if being a patriot means only fighting for people in your country who have the same political beliefs as you, he doesn't give a shit. Billy also believes the military doesn't benefit from bipartisanship, since Democrats hate the military and would never serve in our armed forces to defend the country. When you ask Billy if our current president served in the military, he changes the topic. Billy is too stupid to realize that our military has done very well under bipartisanship. It was Republican President Hoover who signed an executive order to create the Veterans Administration. It was President Roosevelt who signed the GI Bill into law in 1944. In more recent times, the 2024 PACT Act was also a bipartisanship effort, led by both Democrats and Republicans. Billy doesn't care. He is among the most clueless American men in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's at the local strip club on Sundays after I went to my Baptist church in the morning. Stay America first and effing stupid, my friends. And somebody needs to tell me why we can't use food stamps in this place to tip these girls and make it rain. Why do we always have to use real dollars? That shit ain't right.